Good morning everyone, we made it to the meetup point for our tour, which is going towards the Giants Causeway. So we're now where we need to be, where we need to wait. And yeah, we made it on our bus. Now we need to wait for departure. But we've made it.
Folks, my name is Phil, and you're all very welcome on this Macomb's trip up to the Giants Causeway. Now, just before we leave Belfast for our first stop at Carrickfergus Castle, occasions for weddings and conferences. With that rock formation to the top right, that's the main inspiration for Gulliver's Travels.
So we are at our first stop of the tour. What we're really quickly gonna do is we're gonna jump to the ATM because we need money to buy the ticket so that we can go across the rope bridge later on, which we both really want to do. And then we're gonna get ourselves a little snack from the cafe bar. So we just got ourselves a hot chocolate, and now we're gonna go over to the castle.
Look for the white wall, and you will see Castle Black.
It's a bit higher.
Now, because all the filming is finished for Game of Thrones now, this quarry to your left is going to be turned into some kind of Game of Thrones kind of theme.
So, despite the fact that we're not making a Game of Thrones tour, we found ourselves at the harbor where they actually filmed for Game of Thrones. So that's the second location we get to see from Game of Thrones, despite not being on that specific tour, which is fun and cool. We are now at a point where you can choose between two things. One is the rope bridge, which is over that direction, and the other one has to do with Game of Thrones, which is over that way. Since we're not here for the Game of Thrones tour, we're gonna go ahead and go to the rope bridge because that's what we wanted to see originally, and I personally think it's more impressive to look at. But if you're interested in Game of Thrones, then go down there. There's a place where they shot some scenes for the series. We might come back at one point and do the Game of Thrones tour, but today we are not here for Game of Thrones, despite the fact that we already saw a few locations of Game of Thrones already. That's not the sole purpose of this tour. It's gorgeous. It's windy, but gorgeous. So just be prepared for that when you come up here. Maybe bring some ear protection so that you don't have any problems with your ears. But it's beautiful. Look at this. So that was the rope bridge. The second time that I crossed it. What did you think of it?
I like it.
Yeah? You like the
Great
wobbly?
fun.
You like the wobbly?
Yeah.
It's so wobbly.
No, it's really nice.
Yeah, but now we're gonna head back to our tour bus. And I think next stop is food.
Yep.
Nice. I'm
I
getting...
think then the Causeway.
Yeah, then the Giants Causeway. So we're now from the lunch and drove around. Now we're at the Old Bushmills Distillery. Not sure yet if we're gonna drink any whiskey, but we're gonna at least have a look around, depending on how we feel about it. So this is what it all has been leading up to. The Giants Causeway. Now all we need to do is find the shuttle bus, take a ride down there, and then we can climb around the rocks. Yeah, we can enjoy it. So now that we've spent some time dawdling around in the visitor center, even got scared a little bit at one point. Sorry that I didn't catch it on camera. But now we're making our way down to the Giants Causeway. We decided that we're gonna walk down because walking down is easier than walking up, so we're gonna take the shuttle bus on the way up. So welcome to the Giants Causeway, where hexagonal shapes are mostly everything you can see, and they're natural and amazing. So that was the Giants Causeway, and as perfect of an ending as it would have been, There's still one more stop to the tour, and that is a castle of sorts. I don't know.
Yeah, Toulouse.
Toulouse Castle. Toulouse? Something like this.
I think it's Toulouse.
So that's the next stop, and after that we're going back to our place.
I don't think we will go inside. I think we'll just take.
Yeah, I think we're just outside, yeah. So we made it back home safely. It was a fun trip. It took
Amazing. 9 hours.
9 hours?
9 hours.
yeah 8 to 9 hours and
Started at 8:30. I mean
8:30.
9. At 8:45, 9, something like this.
something like this.
And we
So
came
closer
back
to.
at 7.
So we were around like 10 hours in total. But it's really worth it. It's a fun tour. And despite the fact that it's not a Game of Thrones tour, you still get a lot of Game of Thrones in there.
Nearly the same tour, despite 1 or 2
Yeah,
directions.
there's a few differences in there, but for the most part it's the same route that you're gonna go, because in both tours you have the rope bridge, and in both tours you have the Giants Causeway, which is the end always. And then you stop at the little castle that we had at the end, with both tours at the edge, so that you can take a look at it. But
We stop at the first castle also with both
yeah,
tours.
so they are on a lot of points really the same. The Game of Thrones tour doesn't have the distillery, but definitely have different things in the Game of Thrones tour that are definitely also worth taking it. And we're looking forward to doing that at another point. Not this time around, but we will come back to Ireland and then we might look into that. But yeah, what we're gonna do now is, now we're gonna relax a little bit, then we're gonna make sure that everything for tomorrow is safe and secured, like next apartment or just place in general that we're gonna stay, and how we're gonna get there. And depending on how we feel, we might do something else, but I'm not sure. Maybe just chilling out for the rest of the evening. So, bye!